NASA just made an announcement that changes everything for the next decade of space travel. They're officially building the SR-1 Freedom. This is the first ever nuclear-powered interplanetary spacecraft. We're talking about a 2028 launch to Mars that isn't just flying, it's powering its way there. But if you're a space fan, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, hasn't NASA already been using nuclear power? And you wouldn't be wrong. So first we need to talk about the RTG. This is a radioisotope thermoelectric generator. It looks like a high-tech radiator and it's basically a nuclear battery. NASA has been using these for over 60 years. Ever since the 1960s, these things have been the unsung hero of the solar system. Voyager 1 and 2 both have these. The Curiosity and Perseverance rovers also have them on Mars. The trick is simple. You take a chunk of plutonium-238. It's naturally radioactive, which means it generally gets hot. You wrap some special wires around it to catch that heat, and then you turn it into electricity. There's no moving parts, no maintenance, just steady power for decades. But there's a catch. It's only enough power to run a few light bulbs. It keeps the radios on, but it can't actually push a ship. This is where the new announcement from the NASA administrator Jared Isaacman changes the game. The SR-1 Freedom isn't using a battery, it's going to be using a nuclear fission reactor. Think of it like a miniature version of a power plant you find on Earth. Instead of just waiting for plutonium to get hot, we're actively splitting the uranium atoms to create a massive surge of energy. So we're jumping from 160 watts that powers the Voyager spacecrafts to 20,000 watts on this new ship. That massive amount of electricity is used to run a nuclear-electric propulsion system. So it's basically the iconic blue glow you see in sci-fi movies. Because it has so much power, it can keep pushing the ship forward for months at a time, eventually getting to speeds of over 200,000 miles per hour. Now let's talk about the danger and the safety aspects. Back in 1997, when the Cassini mission launched with 73 pounds of nuclear fuel, people were actually terrified, but here is the crazy part. The new SR-1 Freedom might actually be safer to launch than the old batteries. The plutonium in those old batteries is always hot and always radioactive, but the uranium in the new reactor, it stays relatively dormant during launch. NASA doesn't even turn on this reactor until the ship is safely in orbit and far away from Earth. It's a Pathfinder mission to prove we can actually move massive amounts of weight through deep space without relying on the sun. NASA is calling this a 70% solution, a test to prove that nuclear power is the key to getting humans to Mars and building bases on the moon by 2030. We're finally moving past the age of gliding through space and into an era of true nuclear propulsion. I want to know what do you guys think? Are you excited about this nuclear power future, or does the word nuclear still make you a little bit nervous? Because I think it's pretty exciting. I hope you've enjoyed the brief history I've just given you on the nuclear-powered batteries that NASA have always used on the previous missions. But obviously now we're moving further forward and they're going to be using nuclear rocket-powered engines, so that's going to be very exciting. None of that can really go ahead unless Artemis 2 is a successful mission. And obviously that's happening this week, so make sure you click the like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of the notifications, especially when I do a live stream. So on Wednesday, the launch in the US time is going to be around 6:24 p.m. and in the UK where I am, it's going to be at 10:24 p.m. There's about a 2-hour launch window, so if anything goes wrong, they've got to wait 2 hours. I just hope it goes to plan and it's not too late, because I have work the following day, so I'm not going to be pulling a sickie. I'm in a new job, but for me, obviously, I'm going to be live streaming this, so I hope you guys can join me. It's going to be good fun. And that's about all I got today, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video. The next video I'm going to be putting out is the actual live stream on the Artemis 2 mission, because I think that's going to be exciting. And if you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button so you don't miss that notification. And get into the chat. We'll all have a good laugh in there and we'll be watching the mission and following it closely. But for now, thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.